To legalize or to not legalize marijuana? Well, I think it would actually be a good idea to legalize marijuana, because mainly because there's a bunch of people that haven't committed violent crimes that are in jail simply because of drug possession. This is kind of like, alcohol prohibition in like the, what was it, 20s and 30s. Lasted for like 13 years and shit, and this same kind of thing was happening. Yeah, like these gangs that distribute the pot and drugs that are illegal. Um, but yeah, it's the mainly it's the people that are in jail. They shouldn't be in jail. They could be like productive members of society. Not that they're not being productive members of society, but they're basically getting ripped off because they don't get like paid at least the minimum wage. They get paid a lot less, like 25 cents an hour, and they say that if they refuse to work while they're in prison, they can be assigned to solitary confinement, which will probably drive you insane. Um, yeah, I was watching this news clip from the Young Turks, which says that about the rapper Kanye West. It says the new slaves and stuff. So yeah, they basically just shuffled around laws and stuff, but they found a way to get around the banning of slavery. This is like the new modern type of slavery. That as soon as somebody enters, you know, a prison or jail, and then all the rights are stripped and stuff, and all of a sudden, it's like they have like such bad stigma that nobody's gonna stick up for them and like see what is really happening. So they're basically exploiting that. All these companies making money off of that. The system and stuff. So yeah, I basically watch the Young Turks. I watch Alex Jones. I watch like cable news channels like CNN, Fox News, RT. I watch like left and right, news channels, and then I make up my own. Uh, I find some common ground, and then I make up my own opinion out of all that, like left and right news stories. But yeah, this is basically a bunch of BS. These people for petty crimes and shit being thrown in jail, and like wasting, having their like a big chunk of their life wasted there inside jail. Um, and then actually, because they say that like minorities are being like, or actually blacks and Latinos are being disproportionately thrown in jail. I guess if the cops are constantly policing the black neighborhoods, then yeah, a lot more people are more. There's a lot much higher chance of them catching a black individual, doing breaking the law and like throwing them in jail for it. Um, according to I think some statistics, the black people smoke less marijuana, like do less drugs because I guess they don't have enough money to pay for them. But they're the ones who get arrested the most. So that's and it goes for like minorities as well. So um, yeah, I just got a text message or no voicemail actually. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So and then speaking of which, I've been trying to make this video, which is it all just coincided because it's all related. It's like the legalizing of marijuana, and then all these like people being thrown in jail, like the new modern slaves. And come to think of it, speaking of which, I just got pulled over right now, like a couple of hours ago. It was like 10:30 or 11. I was coming towards my cousin's house, which I'm staying at. I'm watching the house because they're not here and they're out of town. I'm watching their like four dogs and shit, like the fish tank and all the fish I'm feeding them and stuff. I'm just watching after them. Yeah, so I'm staying here all by myself. But I was coming late at night, and I got pulled over by a police car, by a cop, and then he just asked me for my license and insurance, and then he told me he had pulled me over because my car had matched a description of like a suspicious vehicle that had been around. Like they think that it might be the people that broke into that a nearby school. And this is I live in like this house is my cousin lives in the outskirts of the city, so it's like that school is like, and my cousin's house is like way almost like at the end of the city. There's like on one side it's just like desert because there's no more like houses or anything, so it's all the way out there. And they said my car had matched the description, and so but the police officer looked a lot like me, so I don't know, but I haven't really been stopped that much. Like I do drive around a lot and stuff, but I noticed that every time I get stopped it's mostly like late at night. I guess because people go out to commit, break the law late at night when it's dark. So, but out of from in the what is it 7 years that I've been driving, like 7 years that I've been driving, I've only been pulled over twice. Um, so I guess that's not too bad. But and it all happened within like freaking what is it last 6 months. It happened like both times I've been pulled over. So but never before that. I actually thought it was because I was going too slow. Because I actually thought he had pulled me over because I was going too slow, because I was going like it's like 35 mile an hour zone, and I'm going like 20. But that's how I drive because I was like bumping to music and shit. So I like it if it takes me longer to get to wherever I'm going. Um, so I can listen to the music for longer. I have my MP3 player there. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe also. And just tell me what you think. Alright. So, laters.